going, guys? I'm going to start a series of lessons on my YouTube page that's going to mainly focus on 8-string guitar and mostly clean playing. I figured the best way to get into that, and I guess to do it so people don't make fun of you for not using the whole range of the instrument, is getting into simple chordal arrangements and like chord melody jazz tunes. So I figured I'd start off with a song called Girl from Ipanema, which if any of you have studied any form of jazz, I almost guarantee you've heard of the song or heard it. So I guess we'll start off by looking at the original sheet music for it and going over the melody and the chords and then how we'll put them together and then focus on the entire instrument. So we're going to play the melody an octave up from where it's written. This way we can actually utilize the full range of the instrument, getting a lot of the low end out of the H string. So the melody, as it's written an octave up where we're going to play it, it's going to sound like this. Very simple, very slowly. You're playing G on the 3rd fret of the high E string, then open E on the high E string. Then you're going to go to the D on the B string, or 3rd fret, and repeat that. And then again, same thing. In the next part, you're going up to, or where we're going to play it, it's going to be the 6th fret, which is going to be the E flat on the B string, or sorry, G flat on the B string, down to the D, and then up to C there. So C on the 5th fret of the G string, then you're going to go to the E on the B string, 5th fret, then you're doing that C down to B flat, and back up to C. So as I played before. Now let's take a look at the music again, and we'll take a look at the chords involved. So the chords involved, and it implies that you're going to play a bossa nova beat, or bossa nova rhythm. The chords we're using are F major 7, G dominant 7, G minor 7, G flat dominant 7, back down to F major 7, and then back up to G flat dominant 7. Now, I'm not going to get too heavily into what makes these chords, those names, in case you're not very familiar with it. I am going to get into that later on, probably in a future lesson, where we're going to go over different ways you can kind of go through this piece. But for the sake of this video, using these chord shapes that I'm playing here, what we're going to do is I've got my bottom F sharp string normally drop down to E. So all we're going to do for this sake, and just to get this rolling real quickly, is we're going to play these chords. So this first shape, which would normally be 1st fret on the E string, on your low E string, and it's going to be 2nd on the D and G, and then 1st on the B string. All you're going to do is take that low E and drop it down to your bottom string. The same thing is going to go with the other chords, so you're just going to keep that finger there as if that was your low, technically it now is your low E, but. So those are the chords we've got. Now the melody, or the rhythm that's implied in here is. So now we're going to get into the actual playing part of this. Take your first chord, so you've got your F major 7. And what you're going to do is you're going to change your fingering on this. So, where you've got the 2nd fret on your D and G string, where I normally use my ring and pinky finger, you're going to switch it to your ring and middle. And now, you're going to move that top note, which would normally be that C on the high B string, and put it on the G, on your high E string. So that's your 3rd fret. And now the fingers I'm using for this, I'm using every finger but my pinky for this first part. So you've got thumb on the low E, pointer and middle finger are on the D and G, and then your ring finger, which is going to be playing a majority of the melody for this part, is on the high E string. So this first chord we're going to hit, you're hitting the first note of the melody as well as the first chord. So now what we're going to do is we're going to start playing the melody while keeping this chord underneath. Makes pretty much sense, right? So you're just moving using your ring finger. Now we're going to move it on up to where we're going to have our G dominant 7 chord, and same thing. Now this shape, you're using your pointer finger on the low E string. And I put my ring finger there, but you don't need to, because I'm not actually playing that note. I'm playing 3rd fret on the D string and the B string, and then the 4th fret on the G string. So you're hitting G right there, F, B, D. Now you're going to play the same melody, but the problem is now you can't really hit this open string while you're barring across. But you've got your E right there, where your pinky can hit it, which is going to be on the 5th fret of the B string. So now you've got, and you're already barring the G string on the high E. So now you've got the same melody. And now I've got it transcribed where I actually hit up onto that A on the high E string just because I think it sounds nice. So you've got same thing, you're just following the melody. And now this part becomes pretty easy. You lift all those fingers off and you're just barring straight across, doing a G minor 7 shape. So you're hitting bottom E string on the 3rd fret, and then 3rd fret on D, G, and B. Otherwise, you'd look at it, you've got G down there, then again F, and you're going to have B flat, and D. And this is the part where the melody starts to change. Now you've got your first chord. You're going to play the notes in the chord as I was talking about, except on that B string, instead of hitting the 3rd fret or that D, you're going to be hitting an F on that B string, so 6th fret. And then you're just going to kind of fall back onto this C on the G string. So you've got so 6 on the B, then you're going to let it go and just go to the normal G minor 7 chord, and then the 5th fret on the G string, or that C. Now we're going to drop it down. We're going to go back to that same shape we used for the dominant 7 here, but we're going to go down to G flat. So now you've got 2nd fret on your low E string, and then so we got 2nd on the D string, which you're going to be looking at a E. Then you're going to be looking at an A on the G string, or sorry, B flat on the G string. So your 3rd fret, and then D flat on the B string. the melody is going to go with this one. So you're going from, and you're going to want to walk the bass down. So when I do it, I walk that G down to G flat before I actually hit the chord. So you got that part's pretty easy. You're just doing hitting that whole chord. The only thing you're going to do is change up from that 2nd fret on the B string. Use your pinky to hit the 4th fret or the E flat. So you've got that little transition of chords. And then back down to F major 7. And then since you're not really having to focus on a melody here, what I would do is start messing around with using an alternating bass line. So at this point we're keeping that normal F major 7 chord. So on the D, G, and B string you're hitting 2 on D, 2 on G, 1 on B. Ooh, excuse me. Otherwise it'd be E, A, C. And then you've got your pointer finger hitting the bottom 1st fret or the F. So what we're going to do for this bass line, you're going to hit that F, hit the chord, and then open E on what would be a normal 6-string guitars, low E, and then 1st fret on the B. So slide up to the last chord for the part we're going to cover, which is that G flat dominant 7. So all together. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please let me know. Feel free to hit me up on my Facebook, my music Facebook page, which I'll have down below. Also, if you hit me up on there, I'll be glad to send you the PDF file of this music, as well as what I have written out, that I wrote out in Guitar Pro 6. Keep in mind, I'm not great with that program, but it'll get the point across. If you don't have Guitar Pro 6, I can just send you a PDF of it as well. But yeah, if you guys have any constructive criticism or anything like that, let me know. If you appreciate the lesson, I'd love to hear from you. Also, if you'd like, tune in every week. I'm going to try and put out a new video every week, mainly focusing on lessons for the H string and how to really utilize the entire range of it in a non-metal context for the most part. But I hope you guys enjoy it and have a great day.